Assalamu alaikum. My name is Yaqoub Al-Asmar and we are Group 3 in the construction in the selected topic and management course at Qatar University. Today we will talk about the Navisworks and how we can work in this project and program and what is the advantage of this program. Before we will start working on it, let's talk a little bit about the advantage of this program. The advantage of this program is connected between the building and the time scheduling to show the step of build this project in the field in the real life as a construction methodology and the construction sequences. Also, the Navisworks does not do the modeling. We have to do the modeling by the Revit module as it's shown here. That is the Revit module. You can do it in the Revit as a 3D building. For example, here in the level 1 we can choose any level in the Revit and we draw it as AutoCAD, normal AutoCAD drawing. Then there is an option called 3D and it will show as a 3D. Then what is the other advantage and the important advantage for the Navisworks? Also there is an option called the clashing. The clashing that show the clash deduction between the MEP coordinated and the civil engineering works. For example, if we have a pipe in the side across the beam and we cannot figure that by just the design and the drawings and the calculation. We want to simulate that to find it before we start or before the problem happens. For that, the Navisworks showing as the building as in the real life, and we can figure it from the Navisworks. For example, as we said, for example, if we have a beam across a pipe across the beam, that is a problem, and we want to figure the solution for it by or list the dimension of the beam, or we can change the direction of the pipe. That's one method, and we can find it before in the early stage before we start the project. Let's say work in the Navisworks. For example, in the beginning, before we work in this Navisworks, we want to export the file of the Revit 3D model to Navisworks at a desktop or any location on your computer. I'd name it by Yaqoub Al-Asmar, for example, and it will save. I'm already saving in the D drive. Okay, let's open the Navisworks. That is the Navisworks, how it shows when it's opening. Just showing the building. As we said, the Navisworks doesn't do the module for the building. You can't draw in the Navisworks, just take it ready from the Revit or any 3D programs. What is the advantage or what is the option here? We have option here, a selection option. For example, the selection option, there is many options for the selection. By click on the element that you wanted, or by go and write the name of your element that you wanted. For example, beam, go here. Let's start again. Go here and write the name of the beam you wanted or the element you wanted. For example, beams. It will show direction all the beams in the building. Let's say column. This will show the columns, or we can find it by item. Go here and find it by item, or we can go to the selection trees and go to the file names. For example, Yaqoub, and it will selection all the project, or we can go to the levels and it will selection all the elements in the levels. Or as we said, in the Revit we can make a group for the activities. Here to be ready in the Navisworks, we cannot make a group activities in the Navisworks, just in the Revit. For example, there is level 1 as a group activities, all of activities as a group named with level 0 and level 1, level 2 and level 3. Okay, what is there is other option in this project, in this program? There is option called this to move the building easily, and there is option to rotate the project easily also. And also there is option if we have angles or anything and we want to see the building from other views, not just eyes and you look it by your head or anything, you can move it. And also click here, sorry, and this can show the direction or the side of the beam from the all of the side, from the top for example, from the bottom also. And also we can enter the building by clicking this option and by move the mouse, and we can click in the building and we can go here. Let's move it up a little bit and we can walk in the building. What is the advantage of this option? The advantage of this option, we can enter, for example, let's enter this room. Okay, we enter this room and figure out if there is beam like goes a little bit not in the walls, or there is beam shown cross beam, or figure any error. For example, maybe there is gap in this direction, or there is the slab is not in the wall or in the columns. Any error inside the building, that is we can figure it, which is a good option to figure it before we start in the construction building. For example, let's go up and walk to here, to other rooms, and see if there is error or not. Until now there is not error, there is not any error. Now can go here. That's the opening of the elevation. It will be here, elevation is the elevation, okay, the opening, okay, ascent, okay, yes, there is no any error here. And also that is the room, that is the room. We can see the beam if it's crossing the walls or it goes showing a little bit, so everything is okay in this room. There is also can go here, okay. That's the option, other option to see if there is error from the enter of the project, from the project end, from the end of the project. Let's start work in the assigned activities. As we said, to work in the Navisworks, you want to have activities for the project. You should have activities for the project. These activities, you have to assign duration and the relationship between these activities by Primavera or by Excel sheet. For example, we did our activities in this project by Primavera, and we assigned like Friday is stop days, and we assigned 8-hour work day, 8-hour work in the day. 2 period, and the start project date will be the 1st of January 2019, and the Primavera will output with the time of start activity, the exact time of the start of any activity and the end of any activity, to go and insert here by export the Primavera or by put it manual. For example, let's put manual. We can go to the timeline, or first we can go to the Navis, the logo of Navis, and go to the option, and we can go to the timeline, and we can here put the beginning of start work days. For example, let's say 9 a.m. and the end of work in the days, let's say 5 p.m. sorry, and okay. Then let's start work in the activities, assign activities. For example, timelines. We can go to the timelines. To start work in the to assign to the activity, you should go to the timelines, and here we will have options. For example, the task name, adding task, after we added that, and data source, and conversion, and simulation, the videos that show how the building sequences goes, and simulate how the building is built in the real life. Let's start at activity. Then here is the name and the activity, the name of the activity, the state of the activity, the planning start day and the planning end day that we can take it from Primavera after we assign the activity, and actual day and end day if you have it, and the type of the activity, for example class, construction, demolition, and temporary. After that we have attach. The attach, what is that this task for which element in this building. Let's start. First we go to the selection tree to have a good idea or to have easy way to assign activity. We go to the selection tree, we go to the level 1. Let's start with the excavation. Okay, level 1, we don't have in the Revit, he doesn't show the excavation or format. For that we can write the name of the activity manual here without selection. Let's say excavation. Let's start with the excavation. For example, here we have Excel sheet tables for the activities. We have the first activities will start in this building, the excavation. It will start the 1st of January 2019. The excavation, we can go here or can go here and copy the name of the activity and copy the name of the activity or the ID of the activity ID. For example, let's say activity ID. Sorry, you can copy the easy way, activity ID, assign it as activity ID in the Revit, in the Navisworks. We go to the activity ID and assign it as the name of the activity here. And the planning start day, we said the 1st of January 2019. And the planning end date, we go to the actual one. That result we take it from the Primavera after we assign our activities and the assumption duration. The excavation will take 5 days and it will start 1 of the January and will end at the 6th of January. And go here, the end of day 6th January 2019. Okay, actual start or actual end, keep it as it is, or if you have this value you can put it, assign it. Then the construction type, we will not put anything because it is excavation and the excavation does not show in the Primavera, and we don't have anything to attach it for this activity. After that we put a new activity called, goes here and take the ID of the activity, which is A1010, and call blending concrete layer, which is the cleaning layer that we put it under the foundation before we start. Put the name of the activity, the name of the activity, the ID of the activity. Oh, okay, 2010 we said, and start day. It will take 3-day duration, and start day 7 of 1. Copy it and go to the Navis and select it out. Sorry, you can't remove 6th. It will start at 7 of January 2019, and it will end 3 days, and it will end in 9 January 9th. It will end at 9th of January 2009. Or if you don't need to write it, you can just go here and selection. The easy way you find it, you can do it. After that, we keep it as we said, actual start and actual end as it is, and construction type it will be construction because we would build it. And how we can attach element. You want to choose the element that you will work on it. What is the clean layer? let's say we go to show this element easy way. If you can do it by selection this and go to control, selection element by element, or you can go here selection 3 and go to the level 0 and go to the structure foundation and go to the RZ. We can go to here. That is, let's make sure this is the foundation. No, we want just this layer, this thick, the layer of under the foundation. We don't need the foundation, the whole of the foundation, because the foundation is activity by itself. This is the activities. This is the layer. Let's zoom it. That is the layer, the cleaning layer. The first activity after the excavation will start, and we can go here. We select these tools, and we can write here where is the attaching. We call the attaching, and we go to the attach as current selection. By that, the activity is done. Assign this activity is done. Okay. Then we want to assign the foundation activity. We can go by easy way and put selection this and selection level 0. Okay. Selection level 1 and level 2 and level 3. Select level 1, select level 3, and select the structural frame and select everything you don't need it. Select everything you don't need it, except the foundation, because we work on the foundation, and put this option which is hiding. The foundation will keep to show by itself to easily selection. Then we work in the new activity. Let's assign a new activity which is the foundation. The code of the foundation. Let's open the Excel. The code of the foundation is A1013. We write here the code of the foundation, and we write the start day. The start day will start the duration of the fourth foundation. It's 4 days. The start date 10 of January, and it will be end at 14th of the January. Before we start, you can assign the foundation to show up as all of the foundation in one time, or you can select a direction to follow. For example, in our building, we assign this layer of the foundation will show first, and this layer after the first layer, and this layer by sequences. We named this activity as H1 to 6. It will take 4 days for the formworks and pour concrete and waiting days. There is no steel in this building as an example, just an example how you can work in Navisworks. Let's assign this activity. It will start of 10 of January 2019, and it will end by 14 January 2019. As we said, we can go here, we select, or we can write it. The easy way you prefer you can do it. You can do it. Here we can select construction, and select as we said. You can go here, just here, a selection 1 by 1, and select 1 by 1. 1 by 1, just select the foundation, don't select the layer under the foundation. Just select the foundation, because the layer under the foundation is activity by itself and has duration, and it has a time and related relationship between the foundation. Then we goes to attach and selection as current selection, and go to the attach current selection, and keep going until the last activity for this building. Now, after we add all of the activity here, and we finished from insert the activity for the project, we can go and simulate the project to see how the sequences it will be. Let's start the simulation. First we have this menu for the video, setting of the video, how it will be. For example, playback duration, that control the video, how the video, the fast of running the video. If you want it slow or if you want to run fast, you can go here and control it. For example, let's put 30 seconds and let's start running the project and simulate it. As we show here, the activity will go step by step as how we insert the activity and relationship between the activity. For example, for the clean layer and foundation, and the column, and there is the column also, beam, then slab, then columns, then beam, then slabs, and that is the all for how you insert the activity in the Navis and how you simulate the project. Thank you, and see you later inshallah.